Hi everybody, Brian here from TouringPlans. Of course, you knew that because you are watching it on the TouringPlans YouTube page. And if you are not a subscriber here, I strongly suggest that because then you won't miss anything. And plus, it makes our subscriber number go up, which is a good direction to go in. As you may or may not know, Disney has completely redone their ticketing system. I talked about it a little bit on one of my news videos that I do weekly. Okay, not really weekly, but I do them periodically as there is news. And there is news today because today, Tuesday, October 16th, is the day that the new ticketing system has been released. It is going to be very hard to explain this system. Will be much easier to show you, so let me make myself a little bit smaller here, and we can now look at what has been distracting me this whole time I'm talking, and it is this holiday thing that just keeps going over and over again out of the corner of my eye. This obviously is the Disney World site. As you always have done before, you go right up here to Parks and Tickets, and then down here, and you can pick what you want, or you can click where I am going to right there, all tickets and passes. Now this is where it starts to look different. Scrolling down here, you will see the different types of tickets you can get. Regular theme park tickets, annual passes, or the vacation packages. This is where you get the room and the tickets together. And if you're wondering about the packages, there is actually no advantage to booking a package other than a slight convenience issue. It is the same price as if you book the room and tickets separately, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't know one piece of the puzzle yet. Not a big deal. Scrolling down here, you can get tickets to the Not So Scary Halloween Party, the Disney After Hours events, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, Children with No Shirts On. Seems like an odd marketing choice. Water park tickets. And then down here is more description about the theme parks. You'll notice, by the way, early morning magic events that they do in Fantasyland and Toy Story Land not on here. Those are technically dining reservations, not special events. Who knows? But today we are talking all about theme park tickets. So I'm going to click right here, select tickets, which opens up something that is very different. These are now priced by which days you are going to arrive. But first, you need to tell them what type of ticket you want. Now, Disney says all of this is easier. It is, of course, not easier. It is not hard to do by any means, you will see. But what was easier is just saying, I want a 7-day ticket and buying that. That was easier than this, Disney, sorry. This does do is allow them to make more money, which is, good for them. May also, of course, be slight price advantages. That is definitely something you should pay attention to TouringPlans.com for. Our stats people and several of our bloggers are kind of going through all this stuff right now because there may be possibilities that you could adjust your vacation by a day or two, save a little bit of money off the top, but we are still looking at that. Options for tickets here, same as they were before. You can get a 1 park per day ticket. That is no park hopper. So if you go to the Magic Kingdom in the morning, the Magic Kingdom is the only park you can visit that day. You cannot visit another park. Ticket with park hopper option. The park hopper option is what allows you to visit multiple parks per day. So if you go to the Magic Kingdom in the morning, you could go back to the Magic Kingdom in the afternoon. You could go to Epcot in the afternoon. You could start off in the Magic Kingdom, go to Animal Kingdom, then Epcot for lunch, and Hollywood Studios for fireworks with the park hopper ticket. And another question we do get a lot, if you do not have the park hopper option, you cannot go to other parks. So even if you have a 2-day ticket and you're only there 1 day, you cannot use 1 day on the Magic Kingdom and 1 day on Epcot. It won't let you. You need that park hopper ticket. Then third option, ticket with Park Hopper Plus option. This used to be the Water Park Fun and More option. Why they changed it to be so close to Park Hopper, I do not know, but I am not in Disney marketing, obviously. This one allows you to also visit the water parks. You see the list of things here. You can play miniature golf. You can do things like that. A good value if you will actually be using that stuff. Even honestly, if you're just going to the water park once, that's not a bad value at all. But today we are going to go the one that I personally usually pick, and it's the ticket with the park hopper option. I like the flexibility of being able to go to different parks in the evening, even though it is a little bit more money. So for now, I'm going to do that. The method of purchasing the tickets is exactly the same. Only thing that will change is the price. If you want to see what the price difference is, I will go back here. 1 park per day. You can see here that it starts at $109 for 1 day down here, going down to $44 per day for 10 days. Where the park hopper option, if I go back to that one now, it starts at $164 dropping to $52. As with the regular tickets, the park hopper option gets cheaper per day as you go. I believe it is a flat rate. Now, I should also mention, I'm filming this only a few hours after this ticket site went live, and I had a doctor's appointment this morning, as you may notice by the hoarse throat and the coughing that I am editing out of this, hopefully. So I really haven't had a ton of time to look at this. So the actual prices, price differences, things like that, I won't be able to help you with in this video. If we find out some really interesting things once our stats team pours through it, I will absolutely be back with all the tips and tricks I can muster. But for now, it is just going to be basically informational how-to on the system. I was looking at tickets for 4 days earlier. Might as well stick with that one. It is here. As you see, they start at $112 per day with the park hopper option. That dropped to, I believe, somewhere around $90 per day without the park hopper option. Now that, of course, is the lowest price. They do go up quite a bit. So you pick the day. You will see the calendar underneath change as you choose it. All right, I'll leave it on 5. I don't feel like clicking back right now. And then you get the calendar. And as you see, the rest of October here is right around the same price in the upper 90s. I scroll over using the arrows here to November. Now you start seeing that price going up. As you get closer to Thanksgiving, it seems to peak out at about 106 if you start your 5-day ticket on Saturday, November 16th. That is the Saturday before Thanksgiving here in the States. Here is what you need to know looking at these screens. The day you choose is going to be the first day that your tickets are available to be used. But they do not have to be used on 5 consecutive dates. Again, I'm using 5-day ticket here as my example. What you will see down here, if I choose November 17th right there, blue bar down here tells me not just the price. So $526.50 for a 5-day ticket for adults or children ages 10 and over. But then over on this side, it says valid any 5 days and it will give you the date range. So you can use it as early as November 17th and they are good all the way till November 24th, which is a solid 8 days. That is all the way until the next Saturday. So you get 3 kind of free days in there. So if you are traveling for a week and think you're going to take some days off from the park, that is still fine. The old tickets used to be good for 14 days from first use, no matter how long the ticket were for. Now the date range does adjust based on the length of ticket, but it will tell you down there. So pay attention to that, especially if you're the type of person that likes to go for, say, 7 days and only go to the park a couple days. Make sure the tickets are valid for the dates you need them. You can book tickets all the way up to mid-December of 2019 right now. As you go through, you can kind of see some of the dates pick up a little bit right around New Year's, of course, picks up a little all the way through Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and then it starts to drop down. Now you will see the difference. Say I want to go January 25th instead for 5 days. That is 93 instead of $526.50 a ticket. Now that drops to $463.08. Now we're looking at around $60 per ticket difference between those two dates. Now, obviously, Thanksgiving is a popular time because that is when a lot of the schools in the US are out. In fact, all of them, I think. So that is why it is more expensive then. February is pretty good. March, as you get into spring break season here, that price pops up again. April, Easter is late this year. Easter is into April. That is why there are a lot of high numbers in there. And then the summer seems to average out right around this 100, 101 range, dropping a little bit into August, then further into September. Then it starts to creep back up into October, and then we're back in November, and see December 16th is the last day that you could start the ticket. This ticket would be valid until December 23rd. Now, I don't know. Let me see if this changes. Oh, it doesn't. So if I pick a 10-day ticket, you could actually get through Christmas if you wanted to for $573.41 for a 10-day ticket. Wow, that seems not bad. What was the 5-day ticket there? So that's not a big difference. The 5-day ticket, if you pick it on December 16th, is $511, where the 10-day ticket is $573. I mean, we're only talking a $60 difference there for double the length of time in the park. That's interesting. That is something else we will definitely have to look at. But going back to my 5-day ticket there, I'll just leave it at December 16th because I'm not actually buying these tickets. Doesn't matter. So now right here, changing your ticket. As long as you make the change before the date your ticket will be used, whether you have used it or not, you need to change the date before you get to that first day when you would have used it. Now, interesting thing here, there was no fee to change it. But if you change it to a day with a higher price, you will have to pay the difference. However, and this is pretty annoying, if you change that ticket to a day with a lower price, you do not get refunded. Right here it says, no refund or credit is given for changes from dates with higher prices to dates with lower prices. That is not cool, Disney. I do not enjoy that. Obviously, it also has a caveat here that you'll need to change your fast passes if they're not on the right dates and all that, but you all know that. You are fans of touring plans, obviously. Now that we know all that, we know our dates, we go down here and we pick how many tickets we want. This part's pretty self-explanatory. Tells you the price with the tax. You hit continue. It asks you again if you want to upgrade to the Park Hopper Plus. Now, this is why I say the Park Hopper Plus is a good option if you are considering going to the water parks. It is only $25 per ticket, so $75 total, and that's not per day, that is just total. Used to actually be $15, which was better. Now it is $25, and you, with a 5-day ticket, for that $25 per person, you could actually visit the water parks 5 times during that period, so again, good bonus, not going to do it. Now, here is another interesting thing that needs to be talked about. The flexible dates option. For $66.40 for these tickets. 21 and change for the children's tickets, 24 almost for the adult tickets. You can get the flexible date option where the dates don't actually matter. The first day use of your ticket can be any day before the end of 2019. So all the way up until December 31st, you can use that. Then it also goes back to the old 14-day expiration. So you have 14 days from the date of first use to use that ticket if you choose this. So if you aren't sure when you're going to go ahead and select that. Now I am actually going to jump backwards here because I want to see if that number changes if I pick a cheaper date. So I am going to find one of these that have a lower, oh, something funny, by the way, see which months offer the lowest ticket price. You click that, January does. Thanks. That's super helpful. I thought it would give me like a nice chart or something. No, January does. So let's pick, looks like 93 is the lowest I'm seeing here. So let's pick that 93. Tickets are $463. Same number of tickets. Okay. So yeah, flexible date option now, $210. So that basically just evens up all the tickets. So if you don't know when you're going to do it, it doesn't help to pick a cheaper date. It doesn't matter. They're going to even it out on you. Then when you select on this screen, it opens up the screen where you are going to have to pay for it, I assume. Yeah. And that is it. As I said, as soon as we go through and try to find some advantages in this new system as far as ways you can play with it a little, save yourself a little money, we will absolutely do that. Many people at TouringPlans are currently working on it. All our little hamsters and wheels are spinning vigorously trying to keep the computers online. Lentesta is very anti-electric company. But thank you all for watching this. Any questions you have, go ahead and ask them below. I cannot promise answers, but I can promise that I will look at them as long as you promise to be excellent to each other.